Welcome to Part 2. Another important thing to remember in growth and development is the organ growth curve. This slide shows the development of the different organ system. As you can see, there are two periods of rapid growth of the majority of systems such as the muscular and gastrointestinal, and that is during infancy and adolescent period. The development of the genital system is very slow during infancy and childhood, but shoots up during adolescent period. However, the development of the brain and spinal cord is very rapid during infancy with small terminal increments from childhood to adolescent. And lastly, the development of the lymphoid system peaks at 8 to 12 years old. That's why during this period, they are prone to infections such as tonsillitis and diarrhea. Now, let's discuss the development of specific organ system. The muscular system is derived from the mesoderm. The largest terminal increment occurred during 4th month age of gestation onwards. The muscle mass is about 1/6 of the total muscle mass during mid-pregnancy and increases until early adulthood. This is the reason why there is a rapid increase in the abdominal circumference of the pregnant women starting at 4th month age of gestation. The strength doubles at 12 to 16 years old. Calcification of the skeleton depends on the maternal levels of calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D, and protein. That's why it is very important that mothers should have adequate amount of these substances during the course of pregnancy. It also depends on the status of the thyroid, parathyroid, and kidneys of the fetus. The development of the brain and spinal cord starts at 4 to 6 weeks age of gestation until 2 years old, while myelinization occurs at 6 to 12 months until 2 years of age, and it proceeds in cephalocaudal pattern. This explains the child's pattern of growth from head to toe direction, proximo-distal, and general to specific. The size of brain is about 50% of the total fetal weight during 2nd month AOG. At birth, it becomes 10% of the total weight. At 5 years old is 5%, and finally 2% in adult. The pineal gland calcifies at 10 years of age. For a fetus to survive, there should be adequate amount of surfactant in the lungs. Surfactant is produced at 20 weeks age of gestation until last trimester. This is why the period of viability corresponds to the amount of surfactant in the lungs. Babies normally use their diaphragm, or the large muscle below the lungs, for breathing. Infant has pauses in breathing for no more than 10 seconds at a time, followed by a series of rapid, shallow breaths, and without stimulation will return to normal pattern. This is called periodic breathing, commonly seen in prematures and term babies that disappears before 1 month of age. The digestive capacity at birth is about 1 to 3 ounces with a gastric emptying time of about 2 to 6 hours. This is the reason why neonates prefers to feed frequently in smaller amounts. As one grows older, the gastric capacity increases. The activity of renin and trypsin is normal at birth but low for amylase and lipase, while the absorption of protein and sugar is good and poor for carbohydrates and fats. That's why we introduce food containing sugar and protein first, then fats last. In neonates, the liver and spleen are normally palpable because of the very thin and weak abdominal muscles. The passage of food is slow in the small intestine and fast in the large intestine. The urine of neonates is hypotonic with poor response to antidiuretic hormone. Mature function is achieved at the age of 6 to 7 years old. The normal urine output is about 1 to 2 cc per kilo per hour. The extracellular fluid volume of neonates is twice that of adult. The fluid turnover is also 7 times of adult. They are susceptible to dehydration because of the large volume and low osmolarity of urine. In summary, what we have discussed, namely